Hey, welcome back. I'm Jeff Harrison, my partner.
I'm Amy Anderson.
Amy, you know, we're going to talk today about putting, specifically putting. And there's a couple of things that we need to key on. What are those when we want to be a good putter?
Well, first of all, the true secret to putting is practice.
Well, you know, practicing is so interesting. I see people practicing all the time, and we talk about this. And there was a study done many years ago when people practice and they don't use drills, 8 out of 10 shots they hit are inconsistent.
Wow.
And then they wonder, hey, when I got in play, and you ask them, hey, how'd you play? Well, I was really consistent. No kidding. You just actually lived up to your practice. So how can we get around that? Because I know we're real big proponents of using drills, and that turns the tables considerably.
Right, and Jeff, there are tons of putting drills we can use. We'll show one today, but first let's talk a little bit about putting. And putting has to do with two things, direction and distance. If we can control those two things, we are going to be good putters.
Excellent.
As far as the distance goes, we control the distance in how far we hit putts through the speed we move our shoulders. So when we hit putts, all that's happening is our shoulder is rocking around our spine. Every putt's kind of like a pendulum. If you could imagine this putter going back and through, it's always going to go the same distance. To get the putt to go farther, we're going to increase the speed.
Now, when you say increase the speed, where's that increase of speed coming from? Is it my hands, my arms? What is it?
No, once again, through the shoulders, the big muscles. If we use our hands, that's a small muscle. We're going to probably hit the putt a little offline.
Okay. All right. So now that controls the speed, or distance. So are you saying simply, hey, the speed of our shoulders equals the distance of the shot?
Correct.
So if a student is hitting a ball too far or too short,
they have to slow down the speed or increase the speed that they're moving their shoulders.
So I kind of think of this as almost like your shoulders, or like, let's say, an accelerator in your car. If you want to speed up, you just give it a little gas. If you want to slow down, you just take a little foot off the pedal.
Great way to put it.
All right. How about controlling direction?
Well, first of all, think of every putt as a straight line. We're taking the putter head straight back and straight through. We're just adjusting where we're pointing that putter head. And our drill will show how to keep a putt on line as well.
Hey, show us that drill.
Okay, so basically what I've done is set up six tees to create kind of a path for me to put my ball down. And then at the end of the line here, you see 2 pieces of flagging tape. And the first strip represents where the cup would actually be, and the second strip would be if we did miss the putt, that the ball should stop somewhere between the 2 pieces of flagging tape.
Now, does that mean if it stops in between the 2 pieces of flagging tape, is that a good speed that the ball will still go in?
That's a great speed that the ball will go in. If it goes any farther past the last piece of flagging tape, chances are your putt, if it does hit the cup, it'll lip out.
Okay, so the key is then, or the goal is then, is to get those balls in between the 2 flagging tape. Now, Amy, I know there's a long-standing, I don't know if it's a rule or principle, sometimes I laugh about it. It says if the ball is on line but never gets the hole, 95% of those never go in.
95% never go in?
Is that true?
I would say 100%.
100%. So if you leave it short but it's dead on line,
it's short.
It's a missed putt, right?
It is.
Okay, so the goal is to get in between the flagging tape.
Yeah, and I like this little path we've created because if I'm pulling my putts left, chances are I'm going to clip one of the tees on the left side of my path.
Oh, so that's the reason. So that's really a little guide.
Yeah,
okay,
so I want to go straight back and straight through down that path. And you'll also notice I put a little red chalk line. It's kind of faint, and this is so we can get our club face lined up to that line. So if there's a line on your putter face, or my putter here actually has 2 circles, I want those 2 circles kind of dissected or bisected by that line.
Excellent. So it looks like you've combined a really neat drill for distance and direction. So when you're out there practicing, hey, if you're short on time, and let's face it, bending over a putter for a while is pretty tough on our back. I don't care how good a shape you're in. So now you can kind of do both drills in one drill.
Exactly. And Jeff, practicing putting is huge. If you want to lower your handicap or get better scores, start making those putts.
Outstanding. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on the next video. Next video, Amy, is what?
We're going to talk about hitting shots on a fairway, so iron shots.
Fantastic. We'll see you on the other side. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Amy.